This is the first one we've.
Is this the first one?
It is.
Okay, so that's interesting. So have you found it?
It's been a really good day so
Has
far.
it?
The footfall has been amazing.
Yeah.
And we've actually generated leads which have all got orders to place well in excess of £300,000 already today.
Are you serious?
Absolutely serious.
Wow, no wonder they wanted you on this.
But we don't sell buttons, so
What do you sell?
we sell steel and machining
So
of
that is like high
value stuff.
You can't really. What's your lowest purchase order? Hello and welcome to the 6th episode of That Subcon Engineering Chat. I am here at the NEC in Birmingham. Coco, your host for the next couple of days. Well, we're nearly through the first day.
Nearly the end of day one.
So I could take the mickey out of your name now.
You could, yeah.
Simon Bluff. This is Simon Bluff. You are coming to talk to us from, introduce yourself to
Hi.
our audience, because you're our third filmed. We're only doing 4 filmed episodes,
Right.
And you are the third.
Okay. Well,
So
I'm
you're obviously
Simon
very
Bluff.
important.
Well, clearly.
Yeah.
I'm Simon Bluff. I am the managing director of Taylor Forgings in Sheffield.
Yeah.
We've been going for 53 years.
Yeah.
So we're either very lucky or very good.
Well, I should say you're very good.
And I would suggest we're both.
Yeah.
So, yes, we've been in the steel stockholding and manufacturing business now, and we do a lot of subcontract machining.
Yeah.
Hence the reason why we're here at Subcon 23.
Brilliant. And how many times I've just realised as we're talking, I'm actually wearing someone else's badge. So we're just keeping it real on this show here today. But how many Subcon have you been along to now?
This is the first one we've.
Is this the first one?
It is.
Okay, so that's interesting. So have you found it?
It's been a really good day so
Has
far.
it?
The footfall has been amazing.
Yeah.
And we've actually generated leads which have all got orders to place well in excess of £300,000 already today.
Are you serious?
Absolutely serious.
Wow, no wonder they wanted you on this.
But we don't sell buttons, so
What do you sell?
we sell steel and machining
So
of
that is like high
value stuff. Yeah.
You can't really. What's your lowest purchase order? Do you do bespoke?
We are bespoke. Yeah, we are.
I mean,
bespoke.
how bespoke do you go?
We go very bespoke.
Do you?
Yeah, most of the stuff that we do are ones and twos off. We're not.
Really?
Yeah, we're not in batch manufacture.
Wow. But it's busy. It's that busy. Everyone says it's really booming at the moment.
At the moment, Sheffield, the whole of the city is great because we all had 2 awful
I
years.
know.
And Sheffield is now, I would say, I've been in the industry now for 35 years.
Yeah.
And I've never known it busier in all of that time.
Really?
No. So even with the hideous energy prices, steel prices that went through the roof with what's tragically happening in Ukraine,
Yeah.
the volumes are still there.
Why do you think that is, Simon?
I think perhaps there was a bit of a pause during COVID,
Yeah.
and there's certainly a bit of catch up,
Yeah.
certainly on some infrastructure projects.
Yeah.
But I think at the moment I don't want to jinx it, but at the moment it's
People have got to
booming
get
out there.
on, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
They've got to get on with it now.
They have, yeah.
Because I think last year, I mean, we were at Subcon last year, but there was a very different energy. It was kind of, we'd come out of, I mean, it just seems like we're going to talk about this thing forever, but
Yeah.
it was a big deal,
It
right?
was.
It was a big deal. And it certainly had a big impact on all of these industries that we're talking about and dealing with. Last year, we did seem to be talking a lot more about, forging relationships, but quality leads.
Yes.
But this year seems to be people are like putting their money where their mouth is.
Well, a lot of the conversations we've been having today have been about people reshoring.
Right.
So we've got a lot of people who are currently buying from China,
Yeah.
and Italy has
Yeah.
cropped up an awful lot.
Yeah.
And people are wanting to bring it home because for any number of reasons, not least for security of supply.
This has come up a lot today.
It's huge. It is huge, and
So
and that's
people are
probably
coming
one of
into
the.
our country more
Yeah.
to support
Well,
more.
we do a lot of work for people up in Scotland, and they were buying rings by the bucket load from China.
Yeah.
And there were 2 different ring sizes that they were buying, and
Yeah.
they said, well, can you get anywhere near it? And the bigger diameter we got there on price. The
Yeah.
smaller ones we were about £30-40 more expensive.
Yeah.
But because they could buy them from Sheffield and they were only in Scotland, they could buy them at 30 or 40 at a time rather than literally a container load.
Yeah.
It was like, well, for them, it was a no-brainer. And you know, we've got this secure work now, which keeps one machine busy 24 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Wow. And also, you're like touchable.
Well, we are touchable.
You know,
That's
not
it.
that there's anything wrong with
No.
working with other countries, but
It's
there
been
is
great
that,
today.
isn't there?
People have come to us today, and we've met people who are customers who, you know, you don't often get out
Yeah.
as much as you used to. And one of them came and actually gave us a good old bollocking because we'd screwed a job up. But
Oh, really?
oh yeah. But you know what? We held our hands up to
Well,
it,
good for- I mean,
and that's it. You know what? It was.
Did they feel bad at the end of it?
No, but I think we mended bridges there, and it was
Good.
good. You know, if you hold your hand up and you say,
Yeah.
everybody has problems, and it's how you deal with them. And
It absolutely is. It's the solution. It's
Absolutely,
it's for the
yeah.
lessons you learn, isn't it?
That's the thing in manufacturing; things go wrong, and
yeah, we're only human.
exactly. So I think they enjoy it, but it was a bit of light-hearted banter towards the end.
Was it?
Yeah,
Did you smooth it out?
yeah. I think we
You
smooth.
didn't bluff that one.
I bluffed my way through it. Yeah,
I had to get a bluff pun
you were
in.
desperate to get
I'm
that.
so
weren't you?
desperate
I
to
know.
get it in.
Yeah.
It's just such a brilliant surname.
I know, and you're
And you
you're-
picked on Freddie the Flamingo,
I'm
who's
sorry.
not in shot.
And you're on the Coco channel, is it? Oh, that's Chanel, is it?
I mean, let's not talk about me. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. So how are you helping people in the industry?
We are helping people because we have almost, I hate the phrase almost unique. You're either unique or you're
yeah.
not, but we're one of the few people left in the country that have metal on the floor and machines to machine it.
Wow.
There are a lot of people in the industry who have got far more metal than we have, and there are far bigger machine shops. But there are not many people that actually have the whole thing all in one go, and that's where we score. So if
Yeah.
people want something and they need it on their floor tomorrow, you know, we can say, well, we can do it, and they say, well, how can you assure us of that? And it's a case of, well, there's the piece of metal, there's the machine.
You can see it.
And you know, and it's there, and,
Yeah.
and it goes, and it works.
That's brilliant. And is this, I mean, so the company's been going for,
53 years.
that's amazing. And
Yeah.
have you been,
It was started by my father in 53 years ago.
that's amazing.
And named after my late mother. And I bought my dad out 8 years ago now.
Wow.
So we've altered the business quite a lot in those 8 years.
Yeah.
Moved premises, put in CNC machines,
Yeah.
gone 24 hours.
Goodness me.
Bit of a change.
So it's a family business.
It is a family business.
What about your kids? Are they involved?
Not yet. One's only 6. One's 16. One's 10. The 16-year-old, no. 10-year-old, definitely.
Really?
Oh yeah. Chip off the old block. That one.
Really?
Definitely.
Isn't that interesting how my partner's got a family business and two of his 3 children are in the business.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah. I wonder which 2 of mine might follow suit
Well,
with me.
I'm hoping one of mine does, because I'm the 5th generation of my
That's
family in the steel
amazing.
industry. Yeah.
That's a real
So we actually-
hero's journey, isn't it?
We actually started making the actual furnace linings back in 5 generations ago.
Wow.
I know, bonkers.
So you can't see the bloodline cannot end.
It can't, can it? No,
It can't.
No, my youngest one really must take on the mantle.
I mean, you're obviously too busy working to have children. So you seriously, 10. That must be running you ragged a bit, isn't it, Simon?
it's okay.
How's Mrs. Bluff doing?
She's very well. She's a psychologist.
She's a psychologist. That's why she wants to see you
Yeah.
with a picture of Freddie Flamingo. Now I understand, Mrs. Bluff, where you're coming from. Okay, it's all making sense. I too have a little bit of psychology background, but I'm not a psychologist.
Okay.
But yeah, I could do a little bit of NLP stuff on you now, but I won't. But
Thank you very much.
I'm sure you get enough of that at
Thanks for
home.
sparing me.
But 16 and 10. So what's your 16-year-old up to then? If
He's
they're-
just finishing his GCSEs at
Is
the
he?
moment. Yeah.
And what? Because I feel like we are getting more people back to roots about what's important, about keeping the country and keeping things moving forwards and growth. And that takes the next generation down. And it's not always the glitzy. I feel like that some of that's getting, it's good because I feel like some of that's going. They're realising that technology plays a part, but also it is nuts and bolts
It
that
is.
put things together.
But we do.
We live in a real world.
We do need help promoting. You know that in schools that engineering is a
Needs,
viable
yeah.
viable job. You know, we've had people who work for us, and their kids have gone in it for to see the careers guys, and say, well, you don't want to go into engineering. There's no money in it.
Why do people
And it's
say
like,
that?
do you know what? It's ridiculous because the industry is booming, and we do need the next generation to come in because the generation before me underinvested a lot of the time in bringing apprentices in, and they're key. I mean, they're key. We've always got 2 or 3 apprentices running through our business in all aspects, be it on the machine shop or in our accounting side. So
That's awful. Do you think that's what's putting people off, that they're saying that?
I think there's a bit of a misconception out there that it's a poor man's career choice.
It's like we were talking earlier to someone who'd been a speaker today. It's involved in everything.
Absolutely.
There is nothing.
And if you're
that
wanting to
doesn't
get
involve
if you're wanting to
engineering.
get into the green environment,
Yes.
Steel and glass are the 2 most recyclable
Yes.
products in the world. Steel and glass can be recycled infinitely. It never, I know we need to sort out the energy that actually melts it back down, but actually, is it green? It certainly is.
Yeah, so it fits into so many things.
It does.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
So you've had a good experience this show already.
Absolutely.
Have you rebooked for next year already?
Not yet, but I need to get off my stand and get it booked.
I mean, God. I mean, don't tell them how well you've done, otherwise they'll put your prices
Well, he's already
up.
been round and told me there's mates rates and.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
don't say that live on here, But that's great to hear that you've had such a good experience.
It has been really good.
It is a good show, and I do feel like for us, we always get to talk to people like yourself that we wouldn't normally get to talk to. We haven't always got the time to talk to people. And I just think for Subcon as well, it's great that we can be here and because, this chat we're having, you'll be able to put out on your platforms.
Absolutely.
And it's a little bit of help from us to you,
And
to them.
we can talk about Freddie the Flamingo all day long.
We can talk about Freddie the Flamingo, less about Coco Chanel, less about Simon Bluff, all about Freddie the Flamingo.
And Taylor Forgings.
Oh, yes, that is very important that we
It
talk
is.
about Freddie. In fact, we should end on that.
We should.
What is the website address, please? Is that the best place? Do you want to give them your phone number?
No, we'll just say
personal mobile?
TaylorForgings.com for all your machining and steel needs.
Wow, there's an advert right there. If ever I saw one, that is you could be on one of those
Billboards.
You could be.
Couldn't I?
Why don't you do that?
I don't know.
You can borrow Freddie.
I should have
Honestly,
sidestepped the steel
you know,
career.
you go to LA and you see those huge
Absolutely, yeah.
That is you.
Could be me, isn't it? Me and Mrs. B down the
You and Mrs. B
down the red carpet.
It could still happen. Never say never. I mean,
Okay.
you're 5 generations of steel. I think you're doers.
We'll try.
All right. Well, it's been really nice to talk to you.
And to you.
You go and have a good show, because if you've done that much business this morning, time is money.
Absolutely.
So you need to get off.
Cheers, Coco.
All right. Lovely
Thank
to
you.
talk to you.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.